Hey y'all, happy Tuesday. Again, I'm back and I'm gonna pack today's orders. But first, I had a comment on one of my videos yesterday, and the person was asking, do I really pay $1 for everything? Well, no, sometimes I pay a quarter. But seriously, when you see the prices of what I pay for my items, they are in fact what I paid, or pretty close to it. Sometimes it's an estimate because I'll fill a bag for a certain price and I'm guessing about how much that item cost me based on how many things were in the bag and how much I paid for the whole bag. And then sometimes, I'll say an item cost me 99 cents at a thrift store. That's what the tag said. It doesn't include sales tax and things like that. And then when it comes to my sold amounts, the total that I make on items, I'm not taking out eBay fees. That is pre-fees. It's not factoring in what I pay for packaging and things like that, but at my margins, all of that is completely fine because it's still profitable. So when the person asks, how can I possibly pay that much for stuff? I have one word: discipline. I am disciplined in what I will and won't buy. There's lots of stuff I see every day that I want to pick up, but it just doesn't make sense if I'm trying to flip it for a profit. We'll talk more about this as we pack these orders. First item going out is this vintage hair comb. It's really pretty. It's got kind of a Native American design to it, and it looks like it's silver, but it's not marked, so I can't confirm that. I paid a quarter for it at an estate sale. It sold for $15.86. Now that comb, I got a whole bag of hair accessories for $2 at an estate sale, and that was in there. It cost about a quarter based on how many pieces I got. Now this, I know what I paid for. I paid $1 for these blow mold Halloween jack-o'-lantern lights. They do work and they have the light string. Paid $1, they sold for $14.95. They also came from an estate sale. Now this is just a guessing game because I literally filled the back of my boyfriend's truck with nothing but creative memories at an estate sale, and I paid $100 for everything. Basically liquidated a former creative memories seller and took all of her new old stock inventory, and we've done just fine on that purchase, and it worked out to be probably less than a quarter a piece for each item. Like this hole punch, it's a hexagon hole punch that you can create little shapes and photos and paper. New old stock, never used, still in its original box. I paid a quarter for it. It sold for $16.95. Now I love this next item, but before we grab it, I want to remind you, this Saturday, if you're going yard sailing and you have a 7-Eleven near you, it is 7-Eleven, which means it's free Slurpee day. So stay cool and hydrated while you're out there yard sailing. And to go with that, I sold today this 7-Eleven vintage cup holder. It looks like a little hand holding a cup. Keep your hand from freezing when you're drinking your Slurpee. I have another green one in my store as well. I paid 50 cents at a yard sale. It sold for $8.64. Another question about how I pay for stuff came up today. Somebody asked, if it's a personal item, how do I determine the cost of goods on it? And for me, that's easy. If I bought it for personal use but never used it, I just tell you how much I paid for it originally. But if I used it and I feel like I got my use out of it, then I say it's a personal item and I don't have any money tied into it, and I'm just moving it on to the next person. This Lego Minecraft set, I paid $1 for at a yard sale. I had every intention of building it. I never did, so I listed it. It sold for $10.16. Now, again, speaking of personal items, all this Pez. I bought thousands and thousands of Pez dispensers years ago. I mean, we're talking a decade ago. And I've got them to flip at Pez conventions that we would go to. And I've more than made my money back and still have a ton of inventory left. So I just say that it's a personal item and it's free because I don't have any money tied up in them at this point. And so there is no cost of goods anymore. This person bought 5 different Pez dispensers, 2 footballs, and then 3 hauler trucks. The one's a gas station, 2 are grocery stores, and then we have Washington and Michigan for the footballs. They sold for $28.07. Now, if people are asking about cost of goods because of tax purposes, I don't keep track of cost of goods for individual items for taxes. I do the cash in, cash out method, so I just keep track of how much I spend every weekend at yard sales, estate sales, receipts, things like that. And then I keep track of how much I made, and that's where you determine your profit. But this came from an estate sale. It's a lot of 5 new old stock Aunt Lydia's crochet thread yarn, for making doilies. I paid $2 for them. They sold for $14.42. I got those in a estate sale that had a bunch of crafting stuff, and they did like fill a bag for $5, but I got a bunch of other stuff in that bag too. Now we have a thrift store item going out. This was a 99-cent purchase. This is an American Girl, I don't know what it's called, Itsy Bitsy maybe, teeny weeny, itty bitty, I don't know. It's a high chair for like a baby doll that goes with your American Girl doll. Paid 99 cents, it sold for $14.95. And our last item going out is going to be, nope. I promise you though, one of these days I'm going to grab those and they are going to go into a box and they're going to leave here forever. But today is not that day. We sold some more Christmas ornaments. These are really cool, vintage, made in Japan fabric ornaments, and I thought they were neat because they're both like sea life themed. So one is a whale, really cute little whale, and then this itty bitty crab, and they were both made in Japan, matching set. Paid $1 for them together. They sold for $12.71. So by my calculations, my cost of goods is $6.99, and it all sold for $136.71, which is 19 times our money and another great sales day. Got to get it all packed up, take it to the post office, then go home, get cleaned up, eat some dinner, and then I'm going to be on my very first reseller podcast. I will be joining Kat the Nurse Flipper on her channel, along with Sunny Las Vegas and Jonathan, tonight at 8 p.m. So make sure you go check it out on YouTube, and we'll see you guys again soon with another video of what's sold.